Aloha, I'm Sabrina with the Begin Being, the show dedicated to guiding you to being the best version of yourself, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. In today's video, we're going to talk about manifesting. Now, one of the core ingredients to manifesting is being able to have a clear mind, being able to clear your thoughts to bring in the intention that you're wanting. So here's the thing. Often throughout our day, we're thinking a billion thoughts over and over again. We're thinking about maybe the bills we have to pay, the groceries we need to go buy, the kids we have to pick up from school, or the partner we have to make dinner for, or any of the numerous things. Our, clients having this issue and we're, trying to get them through it. All of these things we have to think about constantly bombarding us throughout the day. We go to sleep sometimes at night and our minds firing off all the things we have to do tomorrow. Sometimes we wake up and immediately we're like, ooh, I need to go check my email. I need to go check my social. I need to go check this, check that. I need to get going. Well, one of the best things for manifesting is to visualize what you want. For some people, that's getting like a very detailed, almost like movie-like quality. For other people, it's not so visual. It's not so, it might not even be in color. Maybe it's like black and white or something. Sometimes it's a little bit blurry. For other people, it's more of a feeling. It's more of like they just have this feeling in their gut or in their body somewhere. Sometimes people will hear things like sounds are important to them. Some people it's smells or it's taste. Either way, picturing, visualizing, whether that's actually like having a clear picture in your mind or whether it's having a clear sound in your mind, it could sound something like this. So you could just hear something that brings to mind what you're trying to manifest. Maybe the sound of the ocean if you're trying to take a vacation to the beach, and so on. But the point is that no matter what it is for you, you have to be able to be clear with it. If you're not clear with it, then your manifestation's not clear. And sometimes you're wanting to manifest something like a brand new sports car, and you end up manifesting some sort of car that you normally wouldn't ever want to drive. I know that's super silly, super simple, but you get my point. You're trying to manifest exactly what you want, and you get close. Maybe you get like a bicycle, right? Maybe somebody's like, oh, hey, I don't really ride my bike anymore. Like, you want this. You manifested transportation, right? Close, but not quite what you're wanting. So in this video, we're going to go through one of the key components to manifesting, which is being able to quiet your mind, being able to slow down and take all of those thoughts and tell them to go elsewhere for the moment. Now, a lot of people do meditation to be able to clear their mind, to be able to then manifest what they truly want. The issue with this, though, is if you're perhaps new to meditation, or if you have been meditating for a while and you kind of like struggle to really push those thoughts away, there's another option for you. You can actually think thoughts while meditating. Yes, you heard me right. Think thoughts. So instead of trying to push the thoughts away, instead of saying like, oh, thank you, thought, like that's nice, you can go over here now, which is a wonderful technique, then that does work. And there's something else that you can do too. So what it is you actually meditate while thinking thoughts. So you purposely think thoughts. And that's what we're going to do today in this meditation, is we're going to spend some time thinking thoughts. And those thoughts that you're thinking, like just let them all flow into your mind and notice them and acknowledge them and see if there's like a pattern. So for example, maybe you're trying to manifest more money. And during your meditation, when you're trying to like visualize yourself in this new job that's going to make you more money, or visualize yourself, in some way, like whatever it is for you, that how you're going to make that more money. You're trying to visualize that. And instead you end up, having like bills pop into your head. Instead, maybe you end up having like all of these different things pop into your head. So while you're doing the meditation of thinking all of the thoughts, like purposely thinking the thoughts, you're going to pay attention to any patterns that you notice, anything that's coming up for you, or maybe anything that's possibly like triggering you or causing you to feel a certain emotion that you don't really want to have. So say for example, you got in a fight with, one of your loved ones the other night. And so you're trying to meditate, you're trying to calm your mind and just be, relaxed and in that like amazing feeling mode. And boom, there goes the fight. And you're like replaying it in your head. Awesome. Acknowledge that. Figure out what it is that you need to learn from that. And what we're going to do after we spend some time doing that is I want you to have like a journal and a pen ready for you. So you can pause the video if you want and get a piece of paper. Even if you don't have a journal right now, that's fine. Just get a piece of paper and anything to write with. Or you can also just use your notes app on your phone. So if you don't have paper or pen right now, you can just use your notes app on your phone and you can jot down what's coming up for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time meditating. And like I said, this is the fun part. So most people, they think, oh, I can't meditate because every time I try to meditate, all of these thoughts keep coming in. Well, guess what? That's the goal of this meditation. So we'll meditate like that for a few minutes, and then I'll guide you through the whole thing, and I'm gonna say, okay, go ahead and write down whatever's coming up for you. Just write it down, and you can just be something simple. So like for the fight last night, you don't have to write down the whole story. All you're doing is writing down fight with loved one last night and setting it aside. Maybe there's other stuff. I have to pay bills later. I have to do this later. Maybe, there's a whole list. And so you're just writing down like the main ones though. There's probably gonna be like 10 billion. You don't have to write all of those down. It's just the main ones that are really attracting your attention, that are making you feel like an unwanted emotion. So you're gonna jot those down. And then after that, we're going to go into a meditation where you're just kind of, now you're trying to not think the thoughts. Now, if the thoughts come in, you just do the traditional, like you're just observing them walk by. Like, you see somebody walking their dog and you just watch them walk by and they're no longer in your scene anymore. And you can tell them, hey, let's talk tomorrow. And the key to this is you want to do this for 21 days, because you'll notice you do this day 1, the second half of the meditation, there's probably still going to be a lot of thoughts in there. Day 2, first part of the meditation, you get all of your thoughts out, you write them down, and then you have the second part of the meditation, you're going to notice less thoughts. Day 3, less thoughts. Day 4, even less thoughts, okay? So you'll start noticing the thoughts that are in the second part of the meditation decrease. Now the key to this and what makes this work is you have to make sure anything that you've jotted down that you deal with later. So say for example, day 1, you jotted down during the first part of the meditation, you jotted down, fight with loved one. Well, then you have to address that fight with the loved one. If there's something more that needs to be said, maybe you need to set a boundary. And I can do a video on setting boundaries with love. I teach that a lot to my students. So there's helpful, kind ways of setting boundaries that allow you to stay in what you need. So whether it's maybe setting a boundary, or maybe you need to apologize, or maybe you need to ask them like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with what happened, and have a discussion with that person. I also have a video on Ho'oponopono, which is a forgiveness technique. Highly recommend it. I'll put it in the description below. So if it's something like that, basically what you want to do is you want to deal with it. If it's something like a task you have to do, awesome. Complete the task with gratitude. no matter what it is, even if it's paying a bill. Because when we pay our bills, sometimes we're like, oh, this, phone bill's so high. Like I could have bought a house with this 10 years ago or whatever it is. Instead of thinking like that, think about how grateful you were that you have this form of communication. You're not like writing a letter and giving it to a mail carrier who's going to ride a horse and maybe take a boat to Europe or something to deliver it. No, now you can communicate with people like that. So be grateful for it. I can do a whole nother video on gratitude too if you want, but basically you need to take action. So whatever came up for you, whatever is having like those unwanted emotions, deal with it. And then what that tells your unconscious mind is, okay, here's these thoughts. She's taking them seriously. Like she wrote them down in her journal. She's reading them later. She's taking action on them. And so, she's really trying to help with this. And so then it tells your unconscious mind, ooh, what this means is she's gonna deal with the stuff that's in there. So then we can relax. During the second part of the meditation, we can relax during the second part. Do this for 21 days. So come back, watch the video, do this for 21 days. And then, I'll put the time that the meditation actually starts in the below, right here somewhere. I'll put that in the beginning of the video, and that way you can immediately jump to it on day 2 through 21. But come back, watch the video, and continue to do this. And what you're going to find is at the end of the process, the last part of the meditation, the second part of the meditation, your mind's going to be clear. Now what you can begin to do is then bring in thoughts of that manifestation that you want. So if you're more of a visual person, you can start creating the picture without being interrupted by the fight last night. You can start maybe hearing the sounds of what's going to happen when you have your manifestation. You can start smelling and tasting and being able to really feel what it's like to have your manifestation. Creating the manifestation, again, can do a whole other, totally whole other video on that. But if you can't clear your mind to be able to create your visualization of your manifestation, it's going to make it a lot harder. All right, so hopefully by now you have gotten into like a comfortable position. You see me sitting. You can sit, you can lay down. You can't drive a car or anything like that, but you go ahead and get comfortable if you haven't already, and make sure you're in a position. We're gonna do this for about 15 minutes. We're gonna spend 5 minutes for the first part of the meditation. Then I'm going to guide you to go ahead and write down what's coming up for you. And then we'll spend 10 minutes in the clear mind meditation. And again, I'll guide you through this whole thing. And I am huge into breath work. So pretty much all of my meditations have some form of breath work in it. Sometimes you're doing breath work like the whole time. But what I always do is I always start my meditation with some deep breathing. So, the Hawaiian word for breathing is hanu. So I'm used to telling my students hanu to start breathing. So if you hear me say that, that's what's going on. And what we're going to do first is we're going to start with some deep breathing. So we're just going to breathe in through our nose and then a longer exhale out through our mouth. And that will start us off with our meditation. Hanu. 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 Continue breathing. If If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. Hanu. 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 Follow my breath. And go ahead and breathe normally. Now I want you to just relax. Relax your toes. Relax your heels. Relax your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your lower back, your spine, your abdomen, your chest, your shoulders, down both arms to your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, and your fingertips. Your shoulders, even deeper, your neck, your chin and jaw, your cheekbones, your nose, your eyes, the back of your eyes, your forehead, and your scalp. Now just imagine energy from the top of your head flowing down into your head, into your forehead, down into your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your jaw, going further down now to your neck, your shoulders, down into both of your arms, all the way down to your fingertips, your chest, your spine, your abdomen and lower back, your sit bones, down even further to your knees, down to your ankles, down to the tips of your toes. Now we're going to meditate together, and all you have to do is think. What thoughts are coming through? Pay attention to them. Ask your unconscious what it needs to tell you. Ask your unconscious what it wants to tell you. Allow it to take you on a journey. Perfect. Now go ahead and take your journal and write down a few things that were coming up for you. Give you just a few more moments for that. Okay, now go ahead and put your journal down and close your eyes again. And we're going to go right back into the meditation. Right back where we were. Going right back down into the meditation. And this time, what we're going to do is if any thoughts pop in, we're just going to thank them for being there and ask them to come back tomorrow. Let them know that they are appreciated. Let them know we understand they want our attention. And for now, we're going to create a clear space for the something is created out of the nothing. So in order to create, we need a blank canvas. So for now, any thoughts that pop in, let them know they'll have their opportunity tomorrow. And thank them and watch as they go away. Feel them leave. And now you're just going to go deeper, deeper, and deeper into the meditation. Having that nice void, a blank canvas. The beginning of your creation. Okay, go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And feel the energy go from your fingers and your toes up to your knees and your elbows, up to your hips and your shoulders, up your spine, your abdomen, your chest. Maybe go ahead and do a couple of shoulder rolls. Shake it out a little bit. Feel the energy go up your neck, your chin, up to your forehead, and open your eyes. Okay, how was that? So some of you may be thinking, well, you know, I don't know if it was different. Or some of you may be thinking like, yeah, I don't really think there was much of a difference. And that's okay, because it's day one. Others of you are probably going, wow, you know, during the second part of the meditation, I still thought thoughts, but it was so much easier and faster to be able to let them go and get back into my meditation. And then some of you might be going like, wow, that's the first time I've really been able to be a lot more clear during the last part of the meditation. So however it is, whatever you experience, be sure to write in the comments below. Let's share each other's stories and see how everyone else was feeling. For me, I jotted down, during the first part of the meditation, I was like, oh, there's some lights that I normally would have on that I forgot to turn on. And so the first part, I'm like, I forgot the lights. So yeah, that was one of the things that came up for me. And, you know, I was able to be like, okay, maybe make like a checklist next time of things to make sure and do. The other thing that happened was, anyone who has been watching my videos, you probably know at the end of the video, like after I, you know, say, hey, subscribe, like the video, do all of those things us YouTubers need. After I say that, I normally play like some bloopers or some extra stuff at the end. And this time I thought, and it's kind of become a thing now. And so this time I was like, oh boy, hold on. I'm just going to be doing a meditation. Like, I don't know how much like bloopers can be in this one. And so before I started filming, I was sitting there thinking like, this might be my first blooper or additional free video. And this got cut, so you guys didn't see it, or it will be. But when we first started meditating, my cat walks in, and again, if you've been watching my videos, you've probably met her. Her name is Evie. She walks in and starts meowing, and I'm like, no, we're trying to film a meditation here. So I, you know, sent her out the door, but I can't fully close the door, because if I do, then she'll just like meow and scratch outside the door. So I have to like leave it open a crack and then just kind of hope like she either doesn't come back in, or, you know, she'll walk in quietly. Well, during the first part of the meditation, when all the thoughts were allowed to come in, you know, of course the thought came in of like, oh, she was meowing. But then I was like, oh, but hey, bonus, there's gonna be bloopers for this video. And then you'll probably see some more, because during the meditation she came in. I will delete the sound so you won't hear the sound, but you'll see it at the end in the bloopers. So that was kind of what I experienced for the first part. And then the second part, you know, I've been doing this for a while, and so it was like this nice, just relaxing, being able to like clear the palette, like make that clear canvas. Now here's the key. So again, what you have to do, which is what I basically just did, I, you know, remembered the stuff that I wrote down just now, and with you guys live, I was clearing that stuff out. So with the light, you know, I thought, since I've been doing this for a while, I'm writing it. When I wrote it down, I was already thinking about, you know, how to clear that out. So with the light, I was thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe I should just have like a checklist that'll make it faster and easier for me to set up so I don't forget the light. and my kitty meowing, you know, that's kind of like, at first there was now I gotta start that part over, because it was at the very beginning of the meditation when we were doing the breath work and when we just started. But you know, then I thought of it as, oh hey, actually, you know what, I did sort of ask for bloopers because I didn't think there would be any. So I kind of asked the universe, and not purposely, I didn't purposely say, hey universe, will you give me bloopers? But in my mind, I was thinking that I was a little bit sad. I'm like, I might not be able to give them bloopers this time. So the universe provided, and now I get to give you some bloopers. So once again, the key here is that you absolutely have to then take action on whatever it was that you wrote down in your journal, because that's going to allow you, when you come back on day 2, to be able to, like, your unconscious mind is going to know, ooh, I have the first 5 minutes to get all of my stuff out. The next 10 minutes, she's going to want to, or he's going to want to be calm and be quiet and just in their blank canvas, in their like void of empty space. So basically, you're kind of giving your unconscious mind instructions on when you're going to pay attention to it so it can get all of its stuff out, and when you're not going to pay attention to it so it can just turn off and have a little mini vacation. And if you do miss a day, so say you get to like day 5 or something, and then something happens day 6, maybe you have like big plans, you're going to Disneyland or something, maybe you might not have time to do this. That's okay, just do day 6 on day 7. The important thing is to be consistent with it, because if you're consistent with it and you're doing it day after day after day, even if you miss a day, still do it for 21 days. So it might be like 22 days or 23 days for you. That's perfectly okay. Just make it consistent and keep doing it. And then you can go on to the advanced level of being able to, during that 10 minutes, start picturing what you are manifesting. And if you get it like faster, awesome. Still watch the video. Now what you can do though is start to play your manifestation. So if like on day 15, you notice the end of the meditation, the 10 minutes, if you notice like you're really being able to not have very many thoughts, then you can go ahead and start doing the manifestation part. But again, keep doing it for the 21 days, because that sets the pattern in your brain. That sets the pattern for the unconscious mind to know that you're in control. You're in control of your thoughts. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got a ton of others. I would love to, have you comment on your experience, and that way we can all read about what this was like for you. And then come back after the 21 days and tell me how you're doing. So comment below tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this, comment below for your day 1 experience, and come back and comment for day 21. You can comment in the middle too if you're having fun with this, and we can comment on each other's and really support each other. So I'm here for you guys. I want to support you guys through this. So post in the comments. If you liked the video, again, do some energy exchange. Go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure and subscribe. Hit the notifications so you're getting all of the updates. New videos are on Tuesdays at this point in time. So new video Tuesday. Love you all. Mahalo. And always choose love in all that you do. Mahalo. Okay, everybody, Hanu. Evie, sweetheart, we're about to meditate. Shh. Okay. Shh. No, we gotta meditate now. Yeah, but we gotta meditate. Why don't you go out here?